to you, little growly girl. Um, all right, so getting back into this. I've been spending time doing this. Which I'm probably going to continue doing a little bit. I think having a system like this that can nicely display both all of the items in like a nice kind of spreadsheet format is going to make this so much easier to edit long term. Now there's some things I'm going to have to tweak around with. I want to have some way maybe of like clicking on these things and then actually seeing what that's like seeing the value of this. Because all these things are items, so I should be able to like open an inspector window for that item, which is totally possible to do. Well, that's starting is the scary, like the jump scare in the beginning. Have you not seen that? It's been like I've been doing that for like a while. I guess you're just not normally there like right when I start. But yeah, that's always there. Every single time I start. I started off with a bang. Yeah. You know, gotta make sure everyone's tuned in for when I'm actually here. Because otherwise, you know, you could have like started it, gone to do something. I just really want to make sure that people know that I am here and doing stuff. I did actually change a bunch of things, so I do want to just quickly jump in the game and make sure I haven't broken anything while I've been doing this. So let's do that first. Okay, so new game. Right, open up. I don't hear any beeping. It's not great. Let's just check the settings here. So I want SFX volume up here, music volume down here for now. Back, new game. Not hearing anything. I'm just gonna try. Yeah, okay, so I have effectively broke whatever system I was doing here. Let's go to F3 to the base here and see what did I do wrong. So it uses debug data and it has adjust data. Do I have to do like capital E or something here? I wonder if that's the issue. Let's just see if that's the issue. Because it could be. Definitely could be. Wait, what? Just a little worrywart. New game. Okay, now it's beeping. I feel like just to catch myself for future cases of that, because it's pretty silly that it breaks on lower cases. I should just take this wherever it's used. That's still booting up. 1 second. Go to references, find all references. still loading them. It's not understanding the small differences, because it obviously is. So it probably just needs a little minute to realize what's happening. Okay, there we go. Chest data here. Right. Assign code, and I'm just gonna go dot to upper. Right. Just to make sure that like when I put these in, if I'm like, you know, just a little lazier at some point, it's just gonna do it. Like there's no reason for it to break because I wrote lowercase there. But anyways, am I in the menu thing still? Okay, yeah. Okay. All right, new game. Open E. Let's go with that. Open TI. I. And then I want to make sure that the other chest works. So let's just find a chest. Here we go. Let's E M I. EMI. Alright, okay. So chest seems to still be working in general. That's good. A little refactor there, I think is good. Wow, we found the portal. Cool. What the? Oh no, I came back to the same portal that I was in. Okay, well, other. Okay. I heard the monster move for a second. I don't know where he is, but that made me scared. Okay. So. Okay. All right. Okay. Do I need to do anything more here? I think I don't need to. So I'm just gonna save that, and then I'm gonna go out of that one. I'm gonna continue looking at base table. I think so. Base table. And this. Okay. So, do I want? How do I want to kind of continue on this thing? One thing I think would be really cool to see if I could do was I need to go now to spawn table, or what is this? Spawn, I think it was like spawn action property draw. Yeah. So what I want to kind of do is build this thing out and also make it, maybe convert it. See if I can make some sort of way to convert this to be more generic. Because right now it's super not generic, right? Like I have to write down every single column. I have to write down that, and then I have to do all these parts. And so I'm going to try to see if I can make it a little bit better. And that's probably not going to be easy, but we're gonna try. Because right now, the other weird thing about this is I actually go like an items list, and then I'm drawing that instead of like drawing even like base table. Like, so spawn tables is a thing, and then there is actually a list in here that I'm just obfuscating because there's no reason to show that list, but there is actually a list there of tables. I guess it actually still is showing it because each one of these is a table, and then you can add a plus to add a different table. And yeah, so should probably have like copy and paste options here as well. That would probably be smart as well. Wow, I'm really gonna get kind of crazy on this. So how would I... how would I want to set up this? All right, I forgot. I should have pinged my announcements. One sec. Just gonna do that. Bam. Okay, so now people know. If they didn't already know, now they should definitely know. Okay. So, do I want to flesh out some stuff more on this first? I might want to, yeah, I just want to flesh out all the things I want to be able to display, and then I can try to look at making it more generic, because there are other table things that I have, right? Like, I have my difficulty settings, for example. Difficulties, right? And these things I right now set as completely different game objects because I wanted to have them separated, but there's no real reason, right? Like, these things could follow the same format, right? Where I have just a list, and these go down here, right? And then you know, that's kind of how it works. Did I just make these all the same now? I can't remember how I did this. But yeah, anyways, there's obviously multiple of them, and so like it'd be so much easier to edit these if they were just in a kind of, you know, big spreadsheet format like I'm making. So I want to have some way of visualizing that for more things. I think also the level gen is kind of like this, right? Where I have a bunch of things where a lot of things are all the same, but some things are different. And it would just be nicer if I could have them set out in a way that, you know, doesn't matter. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna drink tea. But first, let's fix base table up, make it working nice, and then we can figure out how to get the rest working kind of like that too. I think one thing I definitely want to figure out is how to kind of combine this initialization part of the rows, so that I can like define that in a nicer way. I mean, effectively, I could like define a type here and then the actual property name later on. The only property, I guess the problem is this, but I could just do relatives. So you go slash, I think, and you can get like, or dot or something, and you can get properties that are lower down for relatives. So you can get like the value. So I go value dot, I think, spawn flag to get like this one. So it's definitely possible to do those type of things. And yeah. And then they can just iterate through these definitions. Of course, this one's the most weird. So we'll have to see. How I want to do that. But yeah, we can figure it out. So the next, yeah, so the first thing I want to do is make something that I can inspect these. So I want to have like a little view button or something like that. I wonder if Unity has like a, I don't know if they have a, I should just lock this thing so I don't keep losing it. I have something that like, I'm just gonna add a button, I guess, here, even though it's gonna squish it more. Or maybe do I have a button below it? So obviously you can do this, but if you want to look at it, you'd have to click this and then you lose this reference, right? So I'd rather have something that opens it and like opens a window down here, in here about it, right? And there's a thing I know in Unity. I think it's like draw editor. I'm just gonna just search it here for a second. Let's see. Right, it's create editor for this object. Okay, so I can do that. That's what I need to do. And then you just like, there's an editor draw or something like that on inspector GUI. Okay, so you do that, I guess. We'll see how it works. So do I want to have that below? Might just do it directly below. Even though it'll bump down count. That's probably fine. So what we need to basically do is add a line here. I'm not even going to write actually a label here. I'm going to call this button row. And then I'm going to make this reference button row, button row. And then we're going to take here button row dot x 0. And in here, I guess I should keep a cache here. So what I want to do is I'm going to go serialize, well, property, data property is what I'll call this, equals null. And then for both of all of these, I'm going to basically make it so that I take this and then I guess I can actually remove that, and just in all of these, after I do the thing, I can draw the proper thing there. Just data, and so then just go copy this. I will paste it down here. I just need one of them at the right spot, and then we go remove that, and we go data property. Yes, we go if data property is not equal null, then we will drop. And the idea about that is that we can get it and we can use it, and we can keep the value. Right, and so then as well, if the data property is not null, then we're going to go and get the object data object equals data equals data property dot object reference value, and then we start a using, I think I can do it using here, UI dot disabled Here's editor going. Editor UI dot disabled group scope. Right, I have to say new. And basically it's going to equal, so true if it's disabled. So that would be data object equals null. So if we haven't defined anything, we're just going to disable this area. Do I have an extra one? Okay. And then we're going to have a button. So we're going to go if UE dot button. And the button is going to have the rect of button row. And then the content is going to be view. I don't know if I'll have enough. I was going to say inspect, but I don't know if I'll have enough space for that. Like, it might not be big enough. So I'm just going to go view. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a cached editor. So, editor, cached view editor. Okay. And so if we press this button, we're going to go cache view editor equals new editor, and we're going to put in data object. No? Or is it probably like editor, or is it editor.create cached editor? What is the difference? So create an editor, create a cached editor. I think it's a cached one. Target object, target type. Okay, so I would need to do, the type would be, I should probably just be able to go data object.type, but she had a nice walk, and I guess she's all chill. Came in there, fell asleep. Like the good doggo she is. So data object, the type. So I'll just go, yeah, with data object. Data object dot get type. It should be fine. I don't see why I wouldn't do that. And then go ref underscore cached editor. We'll see if that works. I guess I don't need to, it doesn't return anything, it just goes back. Okay, yeah. And then basically after we do this whole scrolling thing, so I'm gonna be lower here. I actually should change now the scroll. Just minimize this for a second. All right, so the scroll. Scroll rect, right, is just the height minus number field width and spacing, right? So it's, you know, it's the full height of the position. So I might actually want to remove some of that. Couldn't eat into the biscuits. They must be eaten, lest we have too many. Okay. Oh god. Okay. Wonders. Hi. Hello. Yeah, this must be. Because that's H-E. I have to assume. No, that's not. I'm gonna get this. Okay. I just need to look at my little cheat sheet, okay? It's not cheating. It's just, you know, practice. Wait, where did this thing go? Open up. Can you? No, okay. Try and explore. Oh, that's why it doesn't work anymore. Okay. Because I know there's an H, and there's an E. I'm not sure what the dash dot dash dash is, but then it's T. So H-E something T, H-E. Okay, we'll just open up my screen manager and manually transmit this. You guys have to keep humiliating me like this until I actually understand it, though. This is what it's for. It's learning. In-game info screen. Okay, here we go. So what is... Oh, is that Y? Y, okay. Yeah, so hey, and then T-H-E. Okay, so dot dash dot is R, and then dot. Okay. And then... All right, and then there's that stupid... There's the dash dot dash dot dash dash. And then that must be... that must be the exclamation mark, right? Is the dash dot dash dot dash dash? Man. I'm very confused what you're saying, duct tape. We're waiting John. And now you're asking Ductronaut. LLM. Neural. What this guy say? John? Yeah, that's the only John I know of. Irish John. But, hey, I mean, what do I know? Okay, well, just to like segment this in my memory. Okay, dash dot dash dash. That's a Y. It kind of looks like a Y, you know, like it's kind of like a da, and then it's kind of da, you know, it's Y-ish. And then R is dot dash dot. Those are the ones I think I should just like start processing in my brain, and it should be good. But yeah. Right. Oh, both, I don't know if you guys, Ronders, are you in the Discord? And Duct Tape, are you in the Discord? If you want to try out the current version of the game, check out the Discord. There's links there where you can download and try it out and see how you like it. And get better at Morse code, so when Ronders comes in here and does all these things, you'll know what these things mean better than I will. Because I played the first level a lot. I've not played the second level, and that's why I know E, I, M, A, and N, and T. I know those 6 letters very well. I also know S and O because those are like SOS, you know, that's obvious. But after that, no, it's gone. I mean, now I kind of remember R because it's dot dash dot, That's kind of cool. And then Y is dash dot dash dash. If I kind of remember those, that's a start. That's a start to all this. But yeah. Also, thanks for dropping in, both of you guys. Saying hello. How are your guys' weekends? Doing anything fun? Besides watching me make a spreadsheet type thing in Unity? So what could be more riveting than that, right? So right now I only need 5 letters. 5 or 5 layers. So I could make the scroll view rect. Instead, wait, why is this the width equals position height? That's the width. Yeah. Within the height should equal went to see my buddy play the last 2 nights. Oh, that's cool, Doctor. I assume like music stuff that he's working on. It's pretty cool. Hey, you know, everyone's got to start somewhere with the remotes. Cleaning out the bathroom sink drain and study for a... What is a CISSP exam? I mean, there's certainly better ones than mine. There's a lot of systems that like do it like in a, there's like a quiz thing that you can set up, and I still haven't figured out how to do that. And I want to do that. The eyes are somewhat often there. Rage against the pixel. Sounds familiar. Oh yeah, I think you showed me this before. All right, so certified. Oh, so it's like IT stuff, basically. Certified Information System Security Professional, or is that like cybersecurity? It's either IT or like there's something with security oriented, but not that. But I mean, that's kind of cool too. I think you never know though. Sometimes like I feel like I remember I went into a course in college, and this is probably not going to sound that great, but like I think it was like talked about like, information technology, like information systems and technology or something like that. And it was basically how to use Word and Excel and PowerPoint. And there was like one other like database thing in the Microsoft Office suite of things. But like the course sounded so like on a face level, it like had a nice little acronym and all these other things. But it was just like basic technology usages. So like I never know like how fancy is their little abbreviation compared to like what it is. Sometimes hard to tell. Hopefully yours is a lot more interesting than Microsoft Word. So height was gonna be 6 times line height and spacing. Come on. I mean, duct tape, that's probably one more than I've ever done. I do find often they're just like a little silly. Yeah, because it's just like, I don't know. I feel like you can prove the knowledge better than that, but I can tell for some companies though it might just be easier to have like a checklist, right? If you're like, especially if you're new to the industry and like you haven't got a massive resume, it's useful. But that's good to know. AW Associate Dev. I don't know. I find a lot of the certificates are like, it's kind of weird. Expired 5 years ago. I mean, that's another weird one that expires. But I guess like obviously with technology it advances, so it's like, how up to date are you? But like, it's kind of like how there's like, um, there's like first aid certificate, right? And like, assuming you've been somebody that's been doing first aid or like kept up to date with it, you don't really need to get a certification for it again. But like, all they've really changed in the last 20 years is basically the change of like, now you just do chest compressions instead of breathing. But like, that's all. Like, I feel if you know the other stuff, it's probably fine. That you're still good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's pretty impressive. Um, yeah, and that's why I say like certs are really good in the beginning, but I don't think they have the best use case after that. So I'm gonna say here I'm gonna make a rect called editor rect, and I'm gonna say it equals new rect of position, but then I'm gonna make some modifications. And so the modifications are y is gonna be equal to scroll rect dot max y, and then its height. I think I don't even need to change the height, I think, because it'll automatically get compressed. So I think that should be fine. And then I'll be there. Yeah, for sure. Rare parrot? Was that you're trying to do like an emote that's a rare parrot? Or I don't know. I'm confused. What else is a rare parrot? But I definitely agree on the after you get the certificate, then it's just resume shows what you've done after that is more important than any other thing. Okay, so I've an direct, and then I'm gonna say if underscore cached view editor does not equal null, we are going to go and can I just go underscore cached view editor dot raw? Okay, so probably what I need to do actually is I'm gonna begin I'm gonna have to do another using. So using new GUI dot layout GUI dot layout Oh, wait, is it editor group? Editor GUI dot layout group. No. Oh, maybe it's GUI layout. GUI layout dot layout. There's a layout group. I know. Or is it just group? There's like a bunch of these silly little like group scope. There we go. And then the rect position is going to be editor rect. And then I draw this in here, and then it'll fill out that rect. I think is the idea. Okay, see how well that worked. Will it work? Will it not? Who knows? We wait for the spinning circle to tell us. Okay. I only get one view button. Okay. Not derived from Unity editor. Okay. Fair enough. Why does it think that I'm trying to use editor? Did I write the wrong thing in there? Yeah, it's still weird that this button only shows up once, but there's probably some error coming in otherwise. But data object, editor, oh no, editor type. How do I define that? Do I just define the default one? Let me just Google that part. Unity create banished inspector. Inspector. No, can create. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do create cached editor. Here we go. Okay. No. Okay, so no. Okay, so I can just have it to no. Cool. Should be fine. Okay. So then I can redo this, and then also figure out data property. Oh, do I not? I also probably don't increase button property rect. That's why it's only showing up once. It's actually showing up 6 times. It's just showing up 6 times right there. So we gotta. No, sorry, wrong thing. Button row. Yeah, I definitely want to clean this code up at some point. I just want to like get down all the functionality of this editor kind of stuff that I want, and then I will clean it up after. There we go. Okay, so now I can go view. No. Scroll view is still being very large. Scroll rect height should be only 6 length. So that's weird. Why is it It's scrolling all the way down there still then, because I mean obviously the whole thing is 20. But then the editor rect here should be position Y. And then, I mean, I guess I could try going height equals position dot height minus scroll dot max. See if that does anything. I don't know. Well, I'm also getting some errors, but I'm not sure if those are old enough. Okay, so let's just clear some of these. View. Obviously does do something because it starts moving things. Like view rect wise, but doesn't actually draw them, seemingly. Let's just go and attachy touch to Unity. Okay, using editor rect. Okay, so it is actually calling this. Just to check. Okay, so its position is there. Size. Okay, no, size though is negative. That's a problem. Okay, so why is it size negative? Position. Oh, position size is 1. Weird. Okay. What's view rex? So it's got a 132 size, scroll arc position. Size. Yeah, interesting. Okay. So somehow that width still works. It's just like kind of finagles its way through, but obviously the size here is not working. Because I don't know why. The position is coming down is like a 1 value, but it should be that size, right? What I could just do to fix that is I could get position set up here, position dot height equals get property height. I thought that was the point of property height, is that it would automatically filter that through, but hey, I guess not. So let's maybe do that. See if that fixes it. Right now just reattach. Disconnect that while it does that, and then I can't move it off. Okay. So view. What am I doing? I guess try clicking view. It still doesn't show up. So what is this rect now being? Okay, so Isn't quite found the breakpoint. Okay. Position. And now it does have a height of 444. So when I go down here, editor rect height does actually have a size. Its min is that, and then its max is 1 and that. Okay. I mean, so the problem still is that probably it's the width. It's just weird that it's coming down like that, because it shouldn't have a 1 size. This is a little bit of a hack, but we'll just do it for now. So position dot width, I'll have this set, I guess, manually, which is kind of weird. Oh, I don't know why it's not setting it. So you can do screen dot width. And I'll just go minus equals, or minus, just minus. Say like 60. Let's cover the edges. Okay. Nope, still not showing up. Cool. Now, I guess, why is that? Editor rect. It's got a width, it's got a size. Right. It should be drawn. Could not find a member. What? Huh. Okay, why is it playing? Did not press it playing. Huh. Check this while here. Space, generic inspector, target, wires. Yeah. Wires, base, clip of wires, yeah. So it should actually have serialized object and everything for that, but I don't know why it won't actually show up for me. Again, let me just look up the draw default inspector. See if I'm missing anything. Okay, built-in inspector. You know, it normally is written in editor fields, right? Because it's normally in an inspector GUI call. Editor on inspector GUI. Yeah, obviously that's custom inspector. And then this just calls it. I just want to know, like, I don't care what your stupid. Can you show me the C# version of this? There we go. Yeah. So all this is in layout, auto layout stuff. Which acts a little funny when you start doing other stuff. I just want to see, like, what happens if I don't do this at all? What would happen? Okay, so it actually draws when I don't do that. Draws in the very bottom. For some reason. I don't know why. I guess because, like, weird. If I change the line spacing here to 6. Just as a test here as well. And then view. Surprisingly that works. I don't know why. It's got an indent for some reason, but I could fix that. But yeah, it actually shows it, right? So you can... The enemy doesn't work as well. But the other ones work pretty well. What I need them to do. Right, so you can kind of view them, inspect them, do all you need to do. You want to have it visually be broken up a little bit more and not be indented. I just don't quite understand why this works the way it does. But I guess that's okay. I guess it doesn't need to work the way it should, or would be normal, or would be expected. I know there was a way. I think there was like the dot draw header. Let's see how that changes things. That's not what I was thinking. That was a different one. Uh... Beefy title. I can't remember what the thing was called. There was like a way to box this in a nice way. Um, I don't know what the get preview title actually does. Ooh. Just wanna. Is this editor still? Okay, so what are the options here? Okay, start to preview. View settings. No, it doesn't show anything. Does this have any other options? No. Okay. Never mind. I'm trying to find this thing that I've done before. I know, I can't remember what it is. This is somebody trying to sell a box. Did Ronders give you guys a scare there? I wasn't so much scared as thought that I somehow set that off. But good job, Ronders. Well done. Did they actually play the video? I don't think I saw that. It might have been too late looking over, but I did. Okay, cool. If it didn't, I would have played it again, just to make sure you got the bang for your buck. But hopefully, hopefully made people reevaluate what they were looking at. Because I was doing something, looking at documentation, and I guess that definitely jiggers you back in focus. Can never be too, sitting back too much. Multiple assets. This is all basic stuff. There's there's a very specific way I've seen it being done before. I guess like the only way I know is there's a Sebastian Lig planet generation thing. This thing. I'm just gonna pause it. Super great YouTube, by the way. But then in here, I want to find, I think it's even in the first episode, assets. No, does he not make editor stuff in the first one? Maybe not. Okay. So maybe just go to last then. Conditional hide editor. Editor, planet, editor script. Okay, so then this one, editor planet. I think they had draw settings, inspector title bar. That's what I'm looking for. Fold out, and settings. What is settings in this context? Settings is an object. Okay, so this is the object that I'm, I guess, editing. Okay. And the fold out is referencing of planet. Okay, I probably always just have true for fold out, but yeah, okay. Inspector toolbar. That's title bar. That's what I wanted. That's what I'm looking for. So, editor, GUI. Okay, so there's one like this. Although it seems like I can just go like layout and just write it in here, but we'll see. We'll see if this works. We'll go cached. View editor dot target. And then, oh no, you can just do the cached editor. Okay, so you can do the editor and then hold out. Is there any way I can go like cached? Oh, sorry. This guy. Serialized object dot expanded. No. We can just cache this up here. Bool underscore what is it? Bool expand view editor or something like that. it's not minus. There we go. Don't need to do that. Okay, and alright, so then that wraps that, but then I need to also, I think they did like some sort of just goes in select editor. Interesting. So I thought there was like a box thing that you can wrap it around, but there was a new change check scope, which is, I wonder why they're using that. I've checked change and they're calling setting updated. Okay. Totally fine. The other thing I want to actually do is just go last field with these. So that's actually kind of cool. Thing you can do with these is you can save it. Then the expanded title bar. Editor GUI indent indent level minus. Just want to make them match with kind of what the other ones look like. Let's just fix that part. I think that one's still indented. I just want to make this just 7 so there's some space there. I hate how that doesn't move out, but whatever. I guess that's kind of manageable. And then yeah, I kind of just want to wrap this in a box of some sort. So we can do that by just going GUI groups. So you can go GUI layout. Dot. I think there's a thing here. Dot area scope, right? Maybe this is the thing I should have been doing. I wonder if that works. No, because it no longer extends because I'm pretty sure that's probably still there. You check by um, 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 hmm. I wonder how the best way to do that is then. 'Cause maybe I have to do like a scroll view for this thing. But just for now, let's just go like uh, back to like 15 or something, just to verify visually it works. Because if I can control it, then that's probably better. Right, okay, so then now they're being cut off because this thing's X is probably not 0. Or it is? I guess, like I said, on the... I should remove these. Right, no, it's not negative, which is what they should be. It's... I gotta use this whole thing. It's X equals negative 16. X equals negative 16, comma, there we go. And then refresh. Yeah, there we go. Now it's actually showing up there. I still need to make this fold-out work. Doesn't even click. Maybe if I click here, but not there. Kind of weird. Oh well. I wonder how this works if I like set this down to like 10, for example. I just wonder if this thing will automatically kind of create a scroll view if it doesn't have enough size. Because this is within a layout group. No, it does not. Hmm. Definitely makes it a little complicated. So it's definitely going off. The width must be too wide. That's probably because of this. I wonder if I take away that. Actually, I wonder if I can copy remove this right now. Let me just go That fixes that part. Nope. It completely wrecks it. What if I just have this part? Let's see. No, you can see it's 1 pixel wide. Oh man. So I think there's a GUI utility layout utility dot get last ranked. And now I'm gonna go dot width. So I'm gonna go position dot width equals this. We'll see how that works. Nope. It did nothing. Get aspect right? What is this? I'm gonna go and look at this in Google. And use these. Documentation. God, why are these things so annoying? That's because I wanted to define this area scope. Is this really necessary though? So it was just working before. I mean, this is how I kind of define there's a box around it. But if I go like GUI layout dot box, this Because I want something invisible. Layout dot. Label, I guess. Okay, so I can do label that has nothing in it. String, right? And then what if I do get last rect dot width. No, still nothing. Okay, obviously because it's probably empty. GUI layout dot span width true. I'm just wondering if I can like force something to take up full size. No, can't do it. Unity width of about 10 years, Rounders. Or Anders. Yeah, I started in 2014, I think. Around then. Unity width of inspector window. Let's see if that works. You see, they say that, but it's... Oh, current view width. Oh my god. Is this actually a thing? It's still a thing? Editor GUI utility current view width. Oh my god. Whew. Let's see if that works. Editor GUI utility dot current view width. We'll even do like the minus 40, sure. Just for now. But yeah, I definitely understand that. I mean, like, for starting where to learn, it's you just want to obviously start with some basic tutorials to get your feet running on like some basics of move and stuff. But definitely once you get past that stage, it's a little more complicated because you have to. There's a lot of breadth in this engine, right? So figuring out what you actually want to learn after that is pretty open-ended. But it's kind of like the way I always recommend doing it is trying to find like a very specific interaction you want to do, like a very specific mechanic. Don't get too far up into like making full games or anything at this time when you're learning. Just like figure out like, oh, I want to figure out how to like shoot, you know, as a first-person gun or something like that. Figuring out that. I remember like one of the first things I did after I kind of got some of the basics is I had a player character that I could move around. And then what I wanted to try to do is there's this whole mechanic in like a really old, I think it was a Battlefield game, where you could like swap characters. And so I spent just a really long time just trying to figure out, okay, I'm gonna have like a random like NPC character that doesn't move or anything, but then I can look at one character, I can like do an action, and then now I'm swapped over to that character, and now I'm controlling that character, and the other character goes back to being kind of a nerd. Um, so that was just like a little random thing I practiced and figured out, and then eventually got, and then I kept going from there basically. So, yeah, just kind of figure out small things, iterate on them, and then that managed. I can type. Like you can type in the game, or what do you mean by you can type? Oh wait, sorry. I've managed to write up to write. I've managed to wire up the Xbox controller and get a Cinti character to walk around with a bit of animation. I mean, I'd probably focus first on like PC development. I mean Xbox if you really are going for it, sure, but I guess if you have one, I can't remember. Like, did they improve that whole flow so you can just like build directly to an Xbox? Because back when I started, you had to like get a specific version of the device, and you had to buy them for like $1,000 or something to just build like a prototype on those things. But maybe they improved that so that you don't have to do that. Yeah. Jesus, 2K for a year. Goddamn. Yeah, so that's why, yeah, you definitely start with the PC because the PC also has all the controls. Like you can do all the Xbox controls by just being plugged in and stuff, right? So it's so much cheaper to develop, and you just get everything there. So what was I? I've now got this. Actually, so the width thing works perfectly. It's wonderful. It does the whole width. Now all I need to do is in here I go it's like a GUI style, I think. String text. One of these options. Content none. String. So I just do this, comma, GUI dot skin dot box. No, skin dot box. And then it'll look like that. And also before I even focus on like thinking about making a game, I would just think about like just playing around, having fun, like making random things. Because I think if you get too focused on like having like a product, especially when you're learning, it's just too much stress. It ruins the fun of it. So you make something that's fun first, and then you're like, oh, well, this actually could work as a product, you know. That's my general thought on this. I don't know why this is like transparent, but I guess whatever. I wonder if I made it like a button. That would look better. Yeah, a little bit, I think. And then I just need to make the if underscore expand new editor. Then we draw this. Only draw it if we're doing that. Okay. Now, I am going to expand this a little bit, but I do need to make it so that like 14. But it does need to eventually be a scroll view. The biggest problem being that I don't necessarily know how long this thing is going to be. I guess what I could do is, it would take a second, but I would have a serialized view here for float editor height, I guess is what I would try to say. I wonder if I can just go using editor, or is it GUI? I think it's GUI layout. GUI layout dot scroll view scope. Right, yeah. So I can do a layout one. See if that works. New scroll view scope. So I just need to cache another one of these things. And I'll just call this editor scroll pause. And then Right, next I need to go var editor scroll equals this. What you need to make sure you do is bottom set this to editor scroll dot scroll position. And then I think I have to do the same thing with the other one, which I haven't been doing. And then scroll. I'm not sure if I can just do it at the top. I might be able to do it. Scroll dot scroll position. Scroll equals. There we go. Yeah. How do you do a simplified use? I don't really like how that looks, actually. I kind of like how this looks like. Yeah, anyways, just refresh there. Okay, so now if I look at versatile chest, that is just enough to fit in there. Let's just test if I go like this, refresh. Yeah, actually I have to scroll through. Okay, sweet. So I actually don't need this. I can just do a scroll view. I think I will though still make it 14 or something. It's probably fun. But the basic premise is what I'll probably do is if it's six times scroll view height. So I can say if hashed view editor equals null, then we're going to go and I just want to set this to true. Alright, property drawers don't count, and this is why that's not saving, because these things don't save with property drawers. Just kind of sad, but all. Cache view editor, if it equals null, then we're gonna go and say turn line times 7. Otherwise, we're gonna do this. See if that works. Cool. I'm like a mat. I can view all these things, I can do all the editing that I want. Um, I guess I should, if it is null or underscore expand view editor equals false. Yeah, it's sad that these don't serialize properly, but I wonder if I can make them like static. They still wouldn't like persist through like reloads and stuff. I don't think, at least. It would get weird when there's multiple of them. So then view. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Just a test. Okay. Yeah, obviously that does not like it. Okay. Right. Okay, so this add is actually adding a new table. Which it's failing because something here is null, I guess. I guess eventually I'll have to fix that up. The thing I do actually have to do next is be able to add another row, right? We need to add more items eventually. Oh. Alright, so after I've done this, well, I'm still in the scroll. Basically, I want to go create a new rect. Right. So rect, add new. Oh, magic girl. What's good, girlie? Cheetos. Happy girlie. What's good, girlie? Okay. Right. Okay. So add new rect. I'll just base it off weight column for now. But then basically I'm gonna go with the height being equal to the scroll rect dot height. And then I'm gonna add a button. And So I'm going to say if GUI dot button add new rect, comma, plus sign. And we're gonna go weighted item property list dot. There's like add at index, so it's weighted items dot array size. It should basically add a new one at the end. Just refresh and see what that does. Get this one in my plus sign. Click the plus. Invalid operation. Oh wait. Right. Okay. The weighted opt value is not actually the list anymore. I need to redo this essentially. Just ignore this. I can actually. Okay, so basically, I just need to recall this line. In the case that I actually do this. Okay, do I actually refresh? I think so. Aha! And now I do probably need to delete. Yeah, that's not delete. So we need a few more buttons. Let's just also go make some private static int. I'll call. Wait a minute, it's just being const. Private const int base row count, and then so that'll equal. It was 7, but I'm going to make that equal 8 now. And then copy this, and then I'm going to call it expanded row count. And I'm going to make it base row count plus 7. And I can just expand those as I want. And that'll be a lot easier knowing that than dealing with any of the other such nonsense. Okay. Now, label field, label field. What am I just want to go if I might do parentheses. This will be base underscore row count -1, right? Because it always has that space there. And then yeah, that's fine. Okay. So yeah, and everything else scales. Yeah. And what I want to do then is I wonder if there would have been a better way to just created a column and then I could have made these all layouts. Like beginner vertical. That'd probably be way nicer than this. You okay, lady? Want some more Doritos? Watch out. Oh, sorry. Ready? Oh. I think you missed that one too. I didn't really. To be fair, I think it was my throat. That was more the problem. There we go. There's one over here too. There you go. Okay. Loot, enemy, obstacle. I was thinking whether or not I wanted to change that, so instead of having all these things, I mean, I would still have to. I could also just, yeah, I could make it so that we do it like that, the other way around. So all of these, like, you have a row and you just do all of them in a row. Instead of doing this, so you just do find one position and then you kind of go down the list and just property fill them, right? With layout. Do I want to try that now? Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, so what I do basically is we have this indexed and the weight column is here and it's set like that. So instead of doing that, what we want to do actually is set the height to be the base row count, basically. This, and actually line and height spacing. And then I just need to go -1. -1. Then what I want to see is if I set the width instead to be equal to this. And then I go using. Want to come back up? Now that you've had your drink? Here. Tasty, tasty box of crumbs. There. You just gotta lick them up. And whenever you're ready. You're up there. Up here. Gotta come up. Come on up. Here. Look him up. Slurp, 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 slurp. Using new GUI, was it editor GUI layout? What was the thing I used for this? GUI layout area scope. GUI layout dot area scope, and then I'll use line rect. Okay, and then I'll go this, and then get this all the way down here. Okay, yeah, I gotta deal with that at some point. Basically, I can comment out all these because I don't need to do that anymore. And I'll do something similar over there. But then I need to go GUI layout label field, and then I should be able to do this. I actually do need to go GUI layout dot begin vertical layout, and then the end editor, not editor, GUI layout again dot in vertical. Whoa, in vertical. So then I can just commenting this out for now, just to not this part. No. Pet the doggo. She's such a good doggo. She's licked her bowl clean. Although treat dust that remained. I guess I can give her more treats. And now, fill it with these things. Puffs. Need to copy, comment out all of these recs, and then change this to this, and then delete all of these. Okay. I just want to see if this works first, so I might just go for now and go comment this and comment this just for now. I want to see if the things work. There's actually going to be one thing I'm going to fix, but I just want to see if it roughly lines up still. Sounds good, wifo. Hope the child had a good sleep. So I think that is roughly good. So the other thing I have to do is just add between data and count. We need to go GUI layout dot space. And we're gonna go editor GUI layout. Or is it utility? Whatever this thing, Basically, we're just spacing a line. Refreshing that. Cool. And then, now we can kind of redo these with the similar flow. Because this will be a lot less cumbersome to deal with if I'm just dealing with layout groups for the most part. So I'll do that, and then I'll do that. Alright, so it does that, it does all these four, and then bam. Okay. So then in here, what I need to do is when I enter this, I need to create a rect that is like the next rect. And all I really need to do is, before I go in this while loop, I'm going to make a rect, right? The rect column rect, right? And this column rect is going to equal to a new rect. I guess I'll reference the scroll rect. And except though that its x is going to be equal to 0, and that its width is going to be equal to the number field width and spacing. And then also its y should also equal 0. Y should also equal 0. Okay. Then there we go. She's sniffing the puffs down below. It's okay though. She can do a little exploring. Okay. So then in here, we just got to also do the same thing, the little rects. So using another one of these. And then instead though, we're going to go column rect. And then we're going to end this here. Save that, and then it's just going to readjust. And then we can reuse this now. We change it to layout. And then we remove white column. And then, yeah, we don't even need this. And then again, basically, you can just start replacing all of these with that. You can uncomment that and uncomment that. But then this, we place there. And then uncomment that. Uncomment that. That. I'll just uncomment all of this, and then I will do that there, and then I'll uncomment all of this, replacing this with that, and then we'll go GUI layout dot button view, And we're almost good to go, except we need to make sure we set GUI layout dot begin vertical so that it really does a vertical. Although I think actually by default it does do vertical, so maybe I don't need to do that, but I feel like it doesn't hurt. Just be explicit. So save, and then yeah, we can do that after. Oh wait, another thing I need to do is after we exit the using, we need to go column rect x plus equals column, what is this width, right? It's the number field width and spacing. Because everything is now drawing on top of each other because it's not implementing. Incrementing. Okay, and the problem here is that the count is actually all right. So now the order that I draw these things in matters. Okay, and so this thing, right? So I could remove this and the very bottom here say if type equals flag dot loot. Draw that. And that should make it more consistent. And actually for this, so I can remove these now. The actual width, I want to say. So do I have? Yeah. So the actual width of this thing here should just be this. So then it actually keeps the spacing. So that'll be good, and then the next thing I want to just do to keep spacing consistent, because I'm going to be adding a button below this. I'm going to add editor GUI layout dot label field. I'll just say 1. I don't know. I think that's probably fair enough. Like for the other ones, like it's always going to be 1. Maybe should I say like NA, but yeah, maybe NA. Applicable. Okay. So that'll be fine, and then below here, we're going to have a button for remove. So the thing there is we're just going to have another if button. I'm just going to do a minus sign, and then we're going to go what I want to do. So I'm going to rename this to iterator. And then I'm going to make a different one. This property, weighted items. And then this one's just going to equal to copy. I think there's like a, yeah. And then, so this one, I'm only going to actually do in this situation. And we're going to go for these. And then in these specific situations, I'm basically going to not have to do this line anymore. We'll just leave that right. This one like that, it'll be fine. But now we have this weighted list, and then in here we can go column rect, or not column rect, weighted item list property dot remove delete array element at index. Then we grab the iterator dot, must be like an index value or something here, right? Index no. Huh. Is array element. Huh. Might actually have to change how this while loop works then. Instead of this, it actually might make more sense if I do it this way anyways. Okay, so we can actually remove, I don't even need to do the iterator then. I guess I kind of do. So I'll do it here. Remove this, move this, and then we'll change this to a for loop. Int I equals 0, I don't know, I guess. We're gonna list on properties. dot array size. Or yes, yeah, well, I is less than this, and then I plus. And then awaited list property iterator copy. So all I need to do instead is rename this to be current make them, and this is going to equal get array element at index I. And then we go through here, and then I can now actually just go items probably this dot delete array at index I. And now because this is a for loop, I have to go I minus minus. Otherwise, weird things happen. But that should actually, properly display everything. I can also I wonder if I go, might just be this way. And minus minus as well. So that'll handle the deleted item being removed, and then we can continue. It should work. Should be operative there. Okay. Let's see how that does. Do that, and it minuses. Sweet. Add one, minus one, add one, minus one, add one, minus one. Sweet. And if I add one and then I minus this one, still good. And basic objects, basic objects. Okay, sweet. And these are all undoable, right? Yep. Yep. Sweet. Amazing. Okay, and then let's just question. As I go over here, it does add that. And then if I view now, does it still? Yeah. Sweet. Okay, this thing, yeah, it does actually, I guess, do a little bit of that. So I might want to make the base size of this, the base row size, just a little bit bigger. So let's go 9. So I don't have to deal with that. Why is it still weird? Or is it because scroll rect height, view rect height is Because a VREC should never be that large. I base row count -1. If I do it -2. Just to handle the scroll bar size, I guess. Like, why does it have that little space? Oh, it's probably because this thing. Right, okay, so this thing actually needs to be only 57, which would be this, right? It should actually have the right height then. Right, because the column rect, it's taking from scroll rect, so it should have the same height. I don't know. You need to go pee, Maddie? Okay, let her out. Back in a minute. One second. You coming, Maddie? Or are you staying? No? Okay. You're not going, and I will. Yeah, you want some more treats? Here. There we go. Ba 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 ba. Okay. One thing I actually want to try. I want to see, is there any always show horizontal? Right, so this is what I want to do. True, and then comma false. And then what I'll do for the this one has this. What I should actually do is it should be 1, and this one should be 1 plus the theory dot skin dot roll bar horizontal dot calculate height. GUI content for I don't think it cares about the label, but sure, I'll put in the label. And the width is, can I use width in this, or is that going to be? We'll just throw that in there so that it handles that. I want to see if that actually works at all. Like, why is there... the expanded row count should just be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And I guess, yeah, it's +1 because of the other thing. And then... current item here... we have... area scope, which is the column rect. But the column rect has this height. Sure. I don't even need the scroll rect as a reference anymore, but I just want to see if that's maybe part of it. I don't know. Could be. No, still. Wait, the view rect. Maybe the view rect is doing that. Oh, that would probably be it, yeah. So. Man, chew those. Chew like a stick or something. Chew this. Nice piece of wood to chew. No? I think you're just down here because the... You know what? Why don't I put the box up here? So it's not like you're going to get in the box. But then you'll be more interested in that. Okay, here we go. Woohoo! Whoa! There we go. Scrolling. It's pretty cool. So one thing I want to just do, I'm going to actually remove that. I'm going to add another line here. I'll write inspect in here, and then in count, I'm going to place another line, and I'm going to go delete. And then that'll be there, and then what did I just click on? Oops. Okay. So then we've got a nice little layout here. I actually want it to be the right size still, though. Yeah, why is that one so much larger? It's still using the column. Oh no, right. Okay, no. I should just use column rect. And redraw. And then check my wife or something. Okay, man. She really seems to like these things. She's very much a fan of them. I guess the editor rect actually is that a little bit larger. I just want to match that. It would be nicer. So maybe I just actually need to make column rect -2. Although if it's that way, then it should just be it should just be lowering the base row count, right? It should go back to 7, I think. Let's see. Nope. Okay. It's interesting. Yeah, that is now fine, but then these things are actually taking up more space than what's thought. So with the 7 there, this height. I might just like take a value and make a value for the scroll bar height. Const float roll bar height. And what we're going to do is scroll bar height. Scroll bar height. And then instead of doing this silly thing, I'm going to do scroll bar height. So I think this thing is probably just not even doing anything. It's probably just returning 0 for some reason. Okay, did that actually fix it? Or did that not fix it? I think I recompiled, but it's still not quite there. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So, right, because in this, but these were always doing -1. So now these should just say base count, I think. That's probably where I'm going wrong. There we go. Alright, no, it's too big. Why is it too big now? Oh, so this one's too tall. Yeah, so we got this one. Height spacing. I wonder if there's editor GUI utility dot because there's a single line, right? Space standard vertical spacing. There we go. That's what I need. Because they probably have a slightly different value. It's probably not 4. It might have been like 6 or something. There we go. Ooh. Whoa. Yeah, well, looking better. Looking a lot better. And then okay. Oh yeah, no. Does the editor thing still okay? Yeah. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. Right. Right, so I'm gonna surround this by +1. So then that's, I think, a little bit more intuitive. Because it'll just show the 1 for the header. You know, I can edit them, I can do stuff. You're just obsessed with these puffs, aren't you? She keeps whining for them. Okay. Now the last little fun thing I wanted to add here is because my weights are cool and all, but to some degree I want to know like what percentages these actually relate to. Because as I'm tweaking these and I'm adding more of them, then it's probably like harder to tell. So what I want to do is add something like that into the top line. Right, and no. If I change both of these, the Vurex and all these things, their X positions there. Their Y position though is not set. I don't want to make an area rect just for this area, and then I can do that other stuff after. So I can move, it'll just make moving these things a little bit easier in the limited time that I have left. So, line rect here. Line rect width, line rect.x, line rect.height. The F am I doing? Position height, position width. Yeah, so let's make a new area rect. Because I want to basically just be able to control and push this whole section down. And to do that, it's going to be a little bit easier if I can just kind of control it like that. So I'm going to make rect table rect equals I guess position, and then eventually I'll set the X and the Y. New rect position. And then the line rect will feed off of this. Or actually line rect will not actually feed off this. So then I'm going to go using new GUI layout dot area and scope table rect. We are going to go and then take this entire section. Should I even do the area rect, or what I'll do? Okay, no, I'll keep the area rect separate. And so yeah, this is going to now use table rect and table rect.max. And right, so this actual table rect will actually now have a height. Indected rect. I guess just say new rect. I don't know if that does anything. Yeah, the Y will be 0. I could probably just no. Okay, no, that's not what I want. I could make some of these things, I think, all in one line kind of thing, but it's fine. So position. The difference now is that for here, I want to also state that its height will be this. Plus scroll bar height, right? Scroll. Just gonna set height equals scroll bar height. Oh, semicolon. Okay. So it does that. And we'll just play something else, sure. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. Basically, we gotta wrap up in like 5 minutes. Yeah, I mean, it definitely does not look like I've got a lot done, but you know. You know, I mean, visually, I think it looks like a lot done. It's just honestly not the most shiny of things to have been doing. Is all day is this little editor window, but it's gonna help me like make levels and do these things so much quicker in the long run. So that's a big positive. But I have set a timer just so yeah. Okay, I know when to call it. So expanded pro. No, it's actually +1, but it's not +1 for this one because +1 includes that, right? Okay, so in that case, this should be all right. Just I guess recompile and make sure I didn't break anything. Okay, I did break things. Okay, I guess I don't need to do the minus anymore. Or maybe I need to do the minus in this one. Yeah, I need to do the minus over here. Okay, and then at least now I've got that whole section in that box, so that's really good. Yeah, okay. And I can do lots of different changes there if I need to. The thing that I wanted to add now is the few more lines. So I'm gonna do Control-C, and then I'm gonna go call this top row count, and then this is gonna be now renamed to table row count. And it's basically gonna add 3 more lines here. And we're going to just basically always add this. Expanded row count is this plus that. And then see that in action. It's just going to add some extra space here, but then basically what I want to do is make this y equal to top row count times line height and spacing, and then we will have a rect for top button options. It basically needs to wrap it then. I won't get to do these. Gonna take too long. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'll just make the rect. Basically, I want to kind of do something just with these. So the height is going to be simply top row count and statement end. And then I will be using a URI rect with top button options here. Okay, so we'll just save that. So the thing that I'm thinking of doing is basically I want to be able to display like an effective chance from those weightings. And I may also want to be displaying an effective chance by just a type, right? So if there's you know, just loots, because I can filter by just loots, right, for spawning, so I want to know those two things as well. So like for now it's easy to tell, right? Like these would be it's a 1 in 25% chance total of any one of these things spawning, but in chests it's a 50-50 between these two and a 50-50 between these two, and then an enemy is only 1. So yeah. So I kind of want to be able to display those type of things. But that's not for now. That is for next time. I will continue doing this. Probably fairly dry content, but it's super useful to get these all getting going and done. So that's what I'm doing. All right. I'm going to say thank you for watching. Thanks for all the people that joined in and said hello and we're here. And I'll say farewell, and I'll see you next time, which I might be trying out some new stuff during the week, new times. So maybe I'll see some new people of you around those new times. We'll see if it works out. See if it doesn't. Anyways.